Hello once again, everybody. Show number 4, me and Dr. Funkenberry. I'm Seth Everett. Glad you could be with us here on Spreecast, and it's another good evening to my man, Doc Funkenberry. Our special guest, if you've been following us on Twitter and Facebook, you now know who our special guest is, the one and only Shelby J. She's going to be on in just a moment, so you can all say hello to her. And already people are starting to dig your shades. Is this your new sunglasses, Doc?
This is why you don't buy stuff on the internet. I were told these were just like Prince's glasses, but I can't see a dang thing, so we're going to take them off and replace them with my regular shades. How's everyone doing tonight?
Very nice, very nice. Good to see everybody in the show. Patty, yes, I did wear this shirt just for you. I had a 3121 shirt that I was going to wear, and I saw it just for Patty. I said, you know what, I'm going to break this one out because it's a little warmer here in the Northeast. In the Northeast last week, it was, what, 5 degrees outside? And so now it's literally, it's in the 50s, so we're good. How many people, and by a show of hands, I mean in the chat room, in the submit question box, and by the way, if you want to come on camera now, just hit the camera button underneath my screen, and you can get on camera. We're going to have people, once Shelby comes on, we're going to take questions from fans. So anybody who wants to come on the show, just hit the camera button, and you will be on the show. And it's just as easy as that as we go. So let's start off the show this way. Number one, how many people have heard Screwdriver? Give me your thoughts. Put them in the chat. Put them in the submit question. And how did you hear it of Screwdriver? Did you hear it from Doc Funkenberry? Did you hear from it Twitter? Did you hear it from YouTube? Did you hear it from the new Prince site? I'm very curious to hear how many people who have heard Screwdriver. And Doc, let's be honest, a lot of people have rave reviews, but the song is everywhere.
Yeah, it is everywhere, and that's very cool that he's kind of getting the media attention. It was an extremely smart business decision with the Billboard issue to release the website that had the video. That's where it first came from. And then all of a sudden you have Howard Stern, who's quite picky on what he likes. He usually doesn't like a lot, and who gets about 3 to 5 million viewers or listeners a day on the Sirius network. And those at Sirius, by the way, that are listening to us and watching us, hello right now. We're hoping to work with you really soon.
Yes.
It's just really good that it's out there. It's unfortunately not able to purchase. I've been hearing a lot of people that are upset about that. There are plans. Purple Music will be releasing it overseas and all digital download networks, which I believe, but don't hold me to, would mean iTunes and other things. That's up for Purple Music to distribute here in the U.S.
Well, that raises one of the questions, and this is what I wanted to ask people in the chat room, and I wanted to ask you, Doc, and that is, wait a minute, everybody wants it to be purchased, and I like that idea because I understand that that's what music is supposed to be, purchased. Art is supposed to be purchased. That's what we talked about on the first show, and we've been doing this now 4 weeks, and this thing is everywhere. So what I'm saying is that when people are racing to purchase, like, is it because of the convenience of the download? Is it because they want to play it on their smartphone? Is it because they want to play it on their radio? What's the difference between purchasing it and hearing it all the ways that people have heard it?
Well, a lot of people want to be able to purchase it so they can support Prince and they can support real music and good music. The problem is that you have these networks like iTunes and other places that want to get their percentage of it instead of the artist being able to get the appreciation, the respect, and of course the money from the fans for the artwork that they do. And everyone keeps trying to get their little piece in of it, and that's the problem. We're trying to find a way around that. We are working on things. That's why there is a website. That's why there's other things going on to get it directly to the consumer without a third person getting in the way of certain things to get it. So you gotta look at it like that.
Well, and that's the interesting thing, because there are plenty of fans that if you're not a serious subscriber and you're not on Howard Stern, you're not a Twitter person. There's a huge chunk of the population that's not on Twitter yet. I mean, there's a huge amount. And if you think about the age groups for Prince fans, and I thought that was the other aspect of this that I was very interested in, Is it that the younger people found this song faster? Like, do you look at the demographics from when you see these things? Like, you know how many people are logging onto your site. Are you finding that the younger people are downloading music faster? Is it the older people that are not getting to it? Is that why you need traditional CD releases? Do you need to do it through iTunes because is that the norm? I don't necessarily believe in iTunes. I don't necessarily believe in all those things because of what you just said. But it's very interesting that the download comes and everybody's like, wait a minute, how do I get my hands on this thing?
Right. The people that are more technology aware are usually the younger people. They're on to stuff a little bit quicker. That doesn't mean that the older people don't know what the heck they're doing either. The thing is that that's what he's trying to do, is find a direct way to get them into the fans, to think of technology ahead of time. Right now, we're getting all our information through our phone. What Prince is trying to do is think of what's going to be the next thing to do. You know, he was ahead of so many things, so many people when it came to first putting your music through the web. He's already trying to think of the next thing. He was trying to think of an interesting way to do Twitter months ago without it having to even have an account himself. He was already thinking of stuff like that because he didn't like the way it was. That's what it is he's already trying to think technology advance. He's always thought young, and people kind of try to diss that, to just throw it away, but he's ahead of the curve. You may not think so, but he totally is. And then a few years later, you start going and seeing certain things that he said, and you're kind of like, wow, he was like 3 or 4 years ahead of us, you know?
It's interesting, and I'm reading some of the chats, and this is going to be something I'm going to want to go back and read these things. I think the neat thing about the new Prince website with the 2013, it mixed into it, and I'll put the link up in 1 second. But one of the things I like is it's not based solely on Shockwave and Flash. For those of you who are really technical inclined, it's very important that you do those things because people are looking on these devices. You know, Apple and Flash don't get along. And that's one of the reasons why the Spreecast mobile app has been in development for so long because, you know, Spreecast is Flash-based. But Spreecast cannot be pirated. And that's part of this whole thing. You can't pirate these things. And the fact that you can get to an iPad or get to an iPhone and still watch the Screwdriver video, I just that's what you mean by ahead of the curve, because that's part of what Bobby was talking about last week, and Doc, that's what you and I have been talking about for 4 weeks now.
Right. And to kind of go back on something that we touched about on the first episode, where this whole music file sharing thing started, where I believe it's just that the labels getting greedy when there was Napster around, and they had everything in one place instead of just keeping it there, finding a way to make it work, finding a way to deal directly with the fans. They cut the head off, and everyone scattered everywhere. Tommy Mottola was on Howard Stern today, and he basically agreed with basically everything I said. Here's the president of Sony Records at the time saying that they were greedy, that they did stuff. And the reason that the music industry is kind of ruined right now is that's one of the hugest things that changed it was Napster and the label's greediness. And for him to maybe admit how greedy they were, it's 12 years too late, but maybe it's a step in the right direction to maybe get something done about it.
Yeah, I think there's some value to that. I think that there's interesting, and it's very interesting. I want to put Lisa's comment on there. It's interesting because fans have different requests. Fans want different things, and one of the things that I think has been neat has been the reaction from fans about what we've been talking about. Because look, you and I are not musicians. You know, you have a very music background. I have a broadcasting background. But what we are fans, and everyone is entitled to their opinion. And what this show has become is a forum for people to express that, and people have been able to get their thoughts across. People want to see live performances, and I appreciate that. You know, how many people got excited about 2013 when they first saw that Third Eye Girl was putting up songs exclusive? Third Eye Girl was posting "I Could Never Take Your Place" or "Your Man." I mean, people saw that first. And I think that that's one of the neat things about this and about what's going on. Doc, let's also switch gears and ask, it's been a week now. What has been people's reaction to Billboard? What have you heard on the site?
It seems rather positive. Of course, they want more things on the website. I think everyone does. They'd love to get to be able to purchase um, Screwdriver. They'd love to have that can never take a place here on Man or any other live clips that they can get. Perhaps even a live audio clip of Screwdriver live from the Dakota shows. That'd be kind of cool to have. I do see people that say they're impatient. I think if Prince would have put up 100 videos the day it launched, people would have said, why wasn't it 200, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Or 777, perhaps. There has been a relatively strong force of it. They do want new material. They want certain things on it. I'm sure that is being developed. He is being rather busy, as you saw earlier today. I don't know if you have that photo ready, Seth, or we can have it later, about Third Eye Girl showing a still from something that I do all the time, which is LOL, Living Out Loud. A still from Hannah Ford from that video that they were shooting
I had it. Hold on.
earlier this
Hold on.
week.
Nope, wrong one. This is Shelby's new song, and I hit the wrong thing. Yeah, we're going to talk about this in just a second, so we'll get that in just a moment. You're talking about the three stills that we have. This is one from Third Eye Girl. You can see this.
Well, that's from the Galaxy Room. That's from the Galaxy Room in Paisley Park. There's one video still of Hannah where there's a crowd of people behind her. That's the one that I wanted to discuss.
And then this one?
Just basically, that was on Monday. That's the wallpaper set. Yes, that is something that Third Eye Girl put out. But there was a still of just the lovely Hannah and talented Hannah, with the crowd of people behind her from the video shoot.
All right.
Fantastic.
What?
Yeah. Well, basically, they can go to Third Eye Girl. They can go to twitter.com/Third Eye Girl to see the photo we're talking about. I'll have it on the fan page and other stuff a little bit later. We're just trying to give her the traffic. It just shows that they're working on stuff, new music videos, new other things. I do know that something that bothered fans was in the Billboard article where Prince says he doesn't make albums anymore. He makes singles to put out. The problem with that is just the industry can't really handle stuff. I think that he liked album concepts, but it's kind of run its course to where a great reviewer that I was going to post on my site, but Third Eye Girl kind of beat me to it by a day, was saying that literally you have 30 seconds to catch the audience's attention. Unfortunately, as we grow technology advanced, we're very impatient. So for an entire album, as great as it sounds to put out and do, and I wish that maybe that would happen again, you have that 30 seconds to catch an audience, and Screwdriver has caught an audience. Will an album catch it in the same way? Perhaps, but it's kind of showing it's not. When you have something like Justin Timberlake, who gets crazy radio play over Prince, and his song debuts at number 84, skyrockets to number 4, and is dropped to number 13 in the span of 3 weeks. That's our attention span for a song like that. Screwdriver, unfortunately, because Prince doesn't have a record contract to get himself promoted on the radio, can't get played no matter how good people think the song is. It's unfortunate. It didn't used to be like that back in the day. The people used to own the radio stations. They don't anymore. It's stupid corporations that play the same dang 6 tired songs over and over again like music was just created yesterday. Let's get Screwdriver on the radio. We love to do it, but we can't. We have to play the stupid game that they put into effect. Maybe it's time for a change. Serious, we'd like to make that happen.
And on that note, we can welcome in our special guest. Of course, you've been seeing her for a while now. It's been a while, back through a couple of tours where Shelby J has been performing with the NPG and, of course, with Prince. And she is kind enough to give us some of her time today. So let's give a warm welcome to the pride of North Carolina, the one and only Shelby J. Shelby, welcome to Spreecast.
Hey, what's up? This is cool. I like this.
Look at this background. Come on, how much work did you put into this whole artistic motif that you've got going here?
I'm sitting in a little part that's off of my kitchen. This is like this every day. It's the way it is. This is like this every day. This beautiful painting done by one of my really great girlfriends, Lorena Rios. Shout out. I call it the Tree of Life, and it's one of my favorites, and it's in my kitchen, and I look at it every day, and it makes me feel great.
That's
So
cool.
here I am.
Very cool. Very cool.
Hi, everybody out there in internet land.
Yeah, a lot of people have come to see you. A lot of people have come to see you. What were some of the things on Twitter that you were seeing once it was revealed that you were coming on the show tonight?
Oh man, people were hitting just, oh, we're excited. We're excited about 2013. It's only January. You guys are coming out the gate strong. It's just been like bam, bam, bam. It's great. Like Ali, it's exciting, talking about the Dakota, asking stuff about that and, just real cool stuff.
Yep. Speaking of the
Doc, say hello.
Dakota, how? Hello, Shelby. We see each other all the time
Hi,
and talk.
Doc.
It's always good to see you, my friend.
Oh,
Now
it's
speaking of
good to
the
be
Dakota
seen.
shows, I know that you love performing. Uh, how were those shows for you in such an intimate setting in his hometown?
Oh, those shows were amazing, because it was so intimate, and every night, people got something different, and it was just awesome. It's nothing like playing where your roots are. It's a whole nother type of
Right.
energy, I feel, and it was just great. Prince was in rare form. He was funny as all get out as usual, and the bands were tight, and it was a great energy, and I loved it. I mean, we got
Mhm.
in, it was like boom, boom,
Now
bip,
for a
and then
track
it
that
was
was, I'm sorry.
like,
Now, I want to know about Same Page, Different Book. I'm going to go into chapter and verse, but I want to go to Same Page, Different Book first about your rap that's on that. How did that come about?
oh
Was that
yeah.
something that you wrote specifically for it, or?
Yeah, just in the studio recording stuff, and he'll be like, "What you got?" And I come ready. I stay ready. So he'll be like, "What you
Right.
got?" And I had that, and we worked out what's written on your hoodie. Prince Australia tour. So I'm reading these little things as they come up on the side.
There you go.
Mhm. Yeah. Now for the name check in chapter and verse. Oh, do we lose her for a second?
No, she's back.
Let's see here.
I'm right here.
Okay. Okay, the name check in chapter and verse. I know that song kind of just came off the cuff at the club, as was being described to me. Um, how cool is that when he kind of does stuff like that to you? Does it get you? Does it still have the same effect with you as it had when you first were working with him in 2006 to early 2007?
I think it's better now. I've kind of come into my own in a way, and I say I've bloomed, like the flowers that I plant, and so we connect on a whole nother level. Now I'm more secure in what I do, and I've learned so much from him, and I can apply all of that to what I do with him, and then what I do when I'm doing my own thing. So I mean, it's just all good. Yeah, it's all good.
Right. Now, another thing that I was asked about from people was they want to know about tour memories. But before I even get to that, like your favorite tour memories, we have the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. And you
Yes.
guys, you were able to be part of, I don't care what Rolling Stone says. You guys have the greatest
Right?
Super Bowl halftime show of all time. Plain and simple,
Okay, and
hands
we
down.
sang.
I'm
How
sure a
about
lot of
that?
people
It's
would
like,
agree with that and put their hands up.
yes, put your hands
Yeah.
up for the Super Bowl
How
2007.
how was that? And the experience also I want to know is like right before the weather being as bad as it is and all that stuff, like what was going through your mind during that time?
Well, first,
Like before you
don't
guys took
fall
the
off the
stage.
stage in the rain. Don't slip in your 6-inch boots and slide off the stage and, end up over there. Touchdown, Shelby scores. I was really excited because everyone that knows me, they know that I am a football lover. So in my dreams, I just wanted to go to a Super Bowl someday. That was just a dream of mine, just to attend a Super Bowl game, let alone perform at a Super Bowl game and then get to watch the game too. So it was a win-win, and I was just full of excitement. I mean, I was like, this is it. Every club, every gig, every $50 night, 6 hours driving this way, gigging, and people talking and blowing smoke, and they don't care, and all of those things, all of the stripes that I tell people, when you got to earn your stripes, in this music thing, um, all of that, I feel like it came to that point, and it was just one of the most special moments of my life to this day. That and my wedding day.
We're not going to
Top
ask which
two,
came first. We're not
top
going to ask which
two.
came first.
Well, my husband, he's right over there. He's listening. He's logged in too. Hey, baby.
There you go.
It's a
Oh,
it's a
we'll
team.
get him
It's a
on.
team thing.
Very nice, very nice. I want to remind people who are joining us late, say hello to Shelby, say hello to Doc Funkenberry, and I want to let people know that if they want to come on camera and say hello, we do have room for one more. Just hit the camera button right under Doc's sunglasses. Just right under Doc's sunglasses, you can see the camera button, and we'll get to some fans in just a moment. There's a lot of people here that don't know your story, Shelby. Tell us how you got involved with Prince. What was the process? Tell us the story about how you became a part of the band and when you started touring.
Well, I was hitchhiking down I-85, and I'm just kidding. I was performing with Larry Graham, and we went out to 3121, which was in Las Vegas in 2006, and I was honored to be performing with Larry. Love him, love my Papa G, and we performed at Prince's Club, and that's where I met Prince. And we performed. He got on stage, performed with us, and it was just a jam. And for me, I'm always, people know me that I'm just happy to be here. I'm good. I'm like, I'm good. This is good. If nothing else happens, I'm so good. And then a few days later, it was like, come on back. We're going to do this gig for New Year's Eve. And next thing I know, I'm gigging and I'm rehearsing for the Super Bowl. So it was just, it was a super blessing. And my dad, God rest his soul, had told me, you were prepared for that moment. So when that moment came, you were prepared for it. And you were exactly where you were supposed to be at that time, and that's how it all happened at the end of 2006. So that's how it came to be.
So now you're getting ready for the Super Bowl, and now you're a part of this. When did it start to become comfortable? Was it comfortable from the beginning? Did it take a while? You've been on stage before, so I can't imagine that makes you nervous. But you're now with Prince, and when did he become your friend as opposed to a music icon in your mind?
Oh wow. Well, with any new situation, I mean, no matter what it is, if you just jump in and say, "Oh, I'm comfortable at the gate," I don't know anybody that just jumps into a new pair of shoes and they ain't got to break them in. There's that there's that learning curve, or that time where you really have to get used to being in a brand new situation. And there were a lot of songs that needed to be learned. I was in Las Vegas, and when I came, I only had
Wait,
one
you,
duffel
you
bag.
didn't know all the songs? You didn't know all the songs? All these people in this chat room know all the songs.
Oh, no, I didn't know them all. I knew a lot of them, but knowing a song and being able to sing a song is
Good
a
point.
totally different thing. Let me tell you the truth.
Good point.
Just cause you know it when it comes on the radio, because I know the songs, but being able to sing them and then to sing them the way he arranges them, which could be, oh, I don't know, different every night. That's a whole nother ball of wax, baby boy. But I was up for the challenge, and it was great. And it took me out of my comfort zone. It's a test. I love to be tested. I love it. I love to see, like, I love to be pushed. I don't like things that are too comfortable. I never really have. So,
Mhm.
you know, but now, I'm in MPG going into my 7th year. That's my brother. He knows when he calls, I'm going to come, and I'm going to show up. I'm going to show out. It's what I do. And, MPG for life.
That's great. That's very, very cool. We're going to take some questions from the crowd in just a second. Doc, you want to take it for a sec, and we can get some people screened and get some people on camera?
There's so many questions coming
Sure,
up
it's
on
not
the
a.
chat thing. I don't know how you guys keep up with it.
Well, we've got a list. Don't worry, we're on it.
We have to memorize it. Take a mental picture with my brain.
Oh my.
People are asking about. Let's just talk about this really quickly. We know that she's been getting quite fit. There's a DVD thing that you go by, a personal trainer, correct?
Oh yeah. Back in people notice they can see. Back in March of last year, I hooked up with my personal trainer. Shout out to Trish Andrews and all my girls. If you're watching, our little clique, how we do. Shout out, shout out. Sharon, all of y'all, Sheena, Darla, everybody. We work out here in Charlotte, and it's a bunch of sisters doing their thing, taking care of their bodies from the inside out. And it's not about a dress size or a weight or anything like that. It's about being the best you that you can be and taking control of your health, your physical well being from the inside out so you can live your best life. And Trish asked me to be in her DVD, and we shot it 3 weeks, actually, honestly, 3 weeks after I had my appendix taken out, which was so
Oops.
cool that they waited. They waited for me, which was great because we were supposed to shoot it like the day following my surgery. I know, crazy, but they
Mm.
waited for me, and then we shot the DVD, and now it's out, and I want everyone to get it because I'm telling you, man, it's just nothing like the energy you get back, the vitality you get back, and you want to share when you find something good. How can you not want to share it with like everybody that you know? So I tell everybody, I'm always
Mhm.
posting about Trish Andrews, and yeah, I know what she did for me and how she's changed my life with fitness and now on stage. I mean, if you think I was energetic and fiery before, you better get ready for 2013, baby, because ding ding, Shell Boogie is new and improved and ready to groove.
Yeah, we'll put a
Right.
Shelby, when you get a second, put a link to the DVD so people can. A lot of people are going to see this show, so we can put it on
Oh,
screen.
you mean this DVD?
Right. I
It
don't.
was on the table. Shout out to Trish. She's so dope. I'll type it in right here. How about that? Let's see
Right.
if that works.
Perfect.
She's just
Perfect.
awesome, doing
There
her
you
Now,
go.
I
thing,
don't
you
want to
know?
take away. Yep. I don't want to take away too many questions that I feel will be asked by the people in the room, by the people in chat. Seth, do you think we're ready to bring someone on camera to talk with the great Shelby J?
I think we're ready. I think we're ready. We'll get a couple in here, and
Let's
then
go.
I've got some more questions. I know, Doc,
Let's go
you've
and do
got
that.
some more questions. We got so many things that we want to talk to Shelby about.
This is
Let's go
great.
into welcome Maria. Maria, you are first up from the fans, and welcome to Spreecast. Maria, say hi to Shelby.
Hi, Shelby. How are
Hi,
you?
hi, Maria. I'm great.
Hi, Seth. Hi, Doctor. How are the
Hello,
bees
Maria.
doing?
Mm, the bees are great. I got some honey right here in my. You see my Scrabble cup? Keep it 100 at all times. Y'all know about my Scrabble, but I got some nice honey right here. It's really the last of our batch because we sold out about Christmas time. It was just all gone. But the bees are doing good. We winterized our hives, so they're kind of like hibernating, and they cluster into a little ball, and they keep themselves nice and heated up for the winter. They probably in there watching Netflix. That's what I told my husband. They in there watching movies, chilling in the hive. But they're doing good. They're doing real good. Thank you for asking.
Well, my question is, Bobby last week was here telling everybody knows how funny Prince is. Please tell me a Prince joke. Could you please?
A Prince joke.
Yeah, no, he kept saying last week how at the Dakota shows he was one joke after another.
Yeah, well, he's just a funny cat. So it's not so much as a joke. It's just like you would ask, somebody you'd be like, "Where's Prince?" And he might be like, "I'm in my skin." It could just be it's just the comeback. He's just the quick with the comeback and very witty. So he tells some jokes. If you go on YouTube, I think chapter and verse is still up. And
Yep.
he actually shouts out my honey in that, which was like so funny to listen to. because I don't know why I didn't hear that night. I heard it when the playback happened, and I was like, did he just shout out my honey? But he kind of makes some jokes during chapter and verse, and that's still up on YouTube. But yeah, he's a funny cat.
Well, thank you so much. I'm a big fan. I love your voice. I don't know if anybody else has told you. You remind me a little bit of Mavis Staple.
Oh wow,
But I
well
haven't
I
had the
adore
chance
her.
to
So.
see you live, but I get to see Mavis the 21st. She's coming to Iowa City. I'm super excited about that.
Oh man, yeah, she's awesome. She's, I love, love, love Mavis Staples, and she actually
Yeah.
came to 3121 when I was there. I'd never seen her perform live. I'd never met her, and she came, and I remember asking Prince, like, "Can I do backup for her, please? Please, can I just do a whoop? That's it. That's all I need. Whatever Mavis need, I'm right there." And
Right.
I got to sing with her, and she is just as beautiful as you would think she is. Just inside and out, just good folk. So I hope to,
I
someday
believe that.
this year you will definitely get to see Shelby doing some things. I'm
I
just
I
getting
hope so.
started.
Yay! Well, thank you so much, everybody.
Great to
You're
have you.
welcome,
Welcome.
Maria. Have a great
Thank
night.
you. You too.
Welcome. That's great. Yeah, we're getting some newbies. Just so people know, if we have some repeat people from past shows, we're going to get some new people first. That doesn't mean we're ignoring you. We're just going to get some new people first. Shelby, I have a double-edged question for you. What
Uh-oh.
was your favorite song? What was your favorite Prince song before you met him in '06? And what is your favorite song now that you've been playing with Prince?
Wow. Well, before I met him, my favorite song was Baby I'm a Star. I used to blast that. I used to dance around in my house to that.
Ah, I love
That
it.
was it. I mean, that was it. For me, that was it. That was the jam. Every time I heard it, it was like electricity going through my veins. Real talk. And now, quite honestly, wow, that's a tough one because I still love when we do Baby I'm a Star, even though we do just a piece of it within a medley. It's something about a memory. Like you can't
Yeah.
forget. I never forget that memory. I never forget, you know, singing that song, jumping around in my apartment, in North Carolina, jumping around in my parents' house, and then in New York, jumping around in my apartment, you know, just that whole energy of that, and then how it came in Purple Rain and where it came in Purple Rain, the movie. And
At
it
the
was
end.
just
Yeah.
so, yeah, it was just such a beautiful, it was like that culmination of everything coming together, and it was like so that's kind of my jam. I mean, that's it for me,
That's
you know.
awesome. That is my all-time favorite Prince song. I fell out of my chair when you
Shut
said that.
up,
That
for
is
real.
fantastic.
You ain't just
That
saying
and
that.
no, I'm that and Still Would Stand All Time. Those are my two favorites. Still Would Stand All Time and Baby I'm a Star, and that is fantastic that you said that. That's outstanding. Candy wants to come on the show. Let's say hello to
Okay.
Candy, okay?
Okay.
Candy, welcome to
Oh,
Spreecast.
hi. Oh, Shelby, you're so pretty. I love you.
Oh, I saw her
Hi,
perfect.
Seth.
She was
I was
perfect.
just wondering.
What happened?
Um,
No,
Great.
there she is. Candy,
I
say
can see
hello.
you. Hey,
Nadi.
Candy.
Hi.
Welcome.
I love you all. By the way, I've been, following Funkenberry for a very long time. Thank you for all the Prince news. It's very helpful, especially because, young Prince fans don't know where to go for, Prince news and everything. So it's very nice to have you around. And I just wanted to ask
Oh,
what
get her on
your
your commercial,
opinion
Doc.
was on the
Thank you.
Billboard and Madonna kind of a controversy that he, set out about Ramon 5 too. So did you think it was kind of unnecessary? Because, I'm kind of curious. So, yeah, that's just
They were both on Warner Brothers. If you can call anyone Prince's contemporary,
Right.
and that's pretty much a long shot since she just started playing guitar half time about 10 years ago. But they were both on Warner's, and they were both getting different treatment. You know, at the time in the 80s, Prince got a little bit more of a selection so did Madonna. But that changed. And that's where a little bit of this frustration came, is that her album, Erotica, really didn't sell well compared to the Symbol album. Erotica came with the splash and with the sex book and an oversaturation that maybe Lady Gaga should be paying attention to, because that's what's happening to her right now. Madonna oversaturated the market and kind of pushed things a little bit too far, and Erotica didn't really sell that well compared to the Symbol album. The Symbol album at the time was at 2.5 million copies, and Madonna's Erotica was at 1 million shipped. That's where I think his frustration came from, and when he does say sales, that he was outselling her. He was touring more extensively than she was at the time as well. She took the girly show on the road to Australia and other places, not really the U.S. So that's where his frustration came from, and that's where the comparison came from. And at the time, it was justified. The only thing that was different is that Madonna was signing acts like Candlebox and Alanis Morissette and making Warner Brothers a little bit more cashola in that sense, where selling other artists' rights away for a price.
There you go. That's an answer. And I didn't think it was a shot. I didn't think he was taking a shot at Madonna.
He has actually every right to be upset. So that's all I have to say. And I actually had another question, but I think that's enough for me.
Go for it. Say hi to
But,
Shelby.
thank you for having me. It's been a very good show. So see y'all later. Bye.
Well, cool. Thanks,
Bye.
Candy.
Have a good
I
There you
just
go.
typed in
Yeah.
somebody
What I want
wanted
to
to know where the painting. They were asking about the painting, so I just typed that in. I don't know if you got that. Did you get that?
If we got it. You did a submit question, so let me see.
Did I
Yeah,
do it wrong? I should have put it in the chat.
put it in the chat. Yeah, put it in the chat. The
Okay.
yeah, we have so many people. We have so many texts that are online, so it's like you're 50 deep. So
Okay, I'm
it's
going right now.
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's
This
definitely a
is
lot.
so awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people today. Doc, you wanted to take it for a second before I get the next person?
Yeah, I want to talk to Shelby because I was bugging Anthony Hamilton. Every time I'd see Anthony, I'd be like, "When's that song with you and Shelby coming out?" And he just getting to a point of where he was like, "Just give me your number and I'll call you when it drops, okay, man?" So I'm for one, I'm just glad it's out now. I know that you're very proud of North Carolina. I'm very proud of North Carolina.
Very proud.
And I want to talk a little bit about that, and that, you know, I do hear that you have a new album coming out, and I was wanting to get some information on that from you about it.
Well, it's going to be coming out in the spring, or as I say, the album's dropping when the flowers are popping. And because I don't want to, I don't like dates. It's so limiting when you give a date. It's like milk that's going to expire or something, you know? I don't like that. So I just like to say in the spring because we're still working on the project. And I'm going to be hopefully going up to Minneapolis soon and doing a few things there and finishing up some stuff here in Charlotte. So it's just like a soup or a gumbo that you keep adding the ingredients and you taste a little bit and you're like, it's almost ready, it's almost ready. But there have been people that have been waiting on this solo album for a long time. And everything happens, I believe, in God's time. And this is the time for my solo album because I know exactly what I want to say and I know exactly how I want to say it. And I have the resources around me to make that happen. So shout out to Team Shelby, Monica McKnight, Bruce Irvine, great engineer. Shout out to Prince for producing North Carolina. And that song, every time I listen to it, it's like honey to my ears, honestly, because I pick up on different things. There's an art to being a producer. There's a difference between a beat maker and a producer. There's a huge difference, and we talked about that a lot in the interview I did with Shelby in the 505 with the Santa Fe radio station. Um, Prince, when it comes to putting music together, he is like the Count Basie, he's there. The Count Basie's, he can play every instrument, he can hear every instrument, he hears what needs to be there, what doesn't need to be there. It's just like none other. So I've learned so much more about it, about just the best way to say what you want to say and in a way where it's going to make sense and touch the ear in the right way, you know? And so over the last almost 7 years, I've gotten my PhD in singing, songwriting, and watching the best. And I say when you surround yourself with the best and you learn from the best, you become better and you can apply what you've learned to what you're doing. So if I put out a record like 8 years ago, it wouldn't have been nothing like this record is going to be because, I've got all of that 7 yearness on me with being in Prince's camp and learning from, the best in the game. So,
That's great.
it's like studying computers with like, Bill Gates. It's like what? It's like,
Right.
hey, I've learned a
I,
lot. So,
I like that you said Bill Gates, not Steve Jobs. You went PC. You didn't go Mac. That was very
well,
impressive right
either,
there.
hey, you know what I'm saying? Either or, you're so
I know,
funny.
I know,
Either
I
or,
know.
but I'm just to say, studying with the best at something. That's how you become better. I see people typing, go
That's great.
PC, go Mac. So funny. But
Um,
I'm thankful for what I've learned, and I'm excited about my album, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I can tell you that. Guarantee that. You can take that to the bank.
and now I feel like Jay Leno or David Letterman. So you have a clip, I understand. So do you mind if we play your clip? Tell us what we're going
Oh
to hear.
wow. This is a little clip. This is going to be a single produced by a young girl, a fantastic woman named Amani Presley out of Greensboro, North Carolina, my hometown. And she is, I call her the future. This is our first of many collaborations. And this song is called It's My Time. Not my time, but I want people, when they hear this, to look in the mirror and tell themselves, it's my time. So no matter what you've been through in your life, if you lost your job, your dog died, your money's funny, and your change is strange, whatever you're going through in your life, you can pick yourself up and things can get better. You got to believe that. You got to believe that things can get better so you can work at making it better. So this is a little snippet of It's My Time. Claim your victory.
All right, everybody needs to press play. There's something about the something with the YouTube clip. So everybody, on the count of three, we're all going to press play. Coming down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, hey, hey,
Bravo! Very
hey.
nice. Very nice.
That's just
That's
a
cool.
little taste. But I'm all about uplifting and teaching people, it's like, that's what music is supposed to do. And that, to me, in my opinion, is not supposed to make you feel bad about what you don't have because you listen to everybody talk about what they have, what they drive, how their wheels are spinning and all of this and all of their possessions, just all of that. Music is about uplifting, teaching, touching the heart. It's one of the most powerful medicines that there is. It's like, it's I don't it's like earth, so with everything that I do and everything that I put out and everything that I put my name on, I'm going to make sure that it motivates, it uplifts, it teaches.
That's great.
It's something to it, you know what I mean? You got to have some meat in your soup. You can't just have broth. And there's a lot of a lot of songs out there that's just like broth. It's clear broth.
Well, it's great. Great job. Great job. And people can find that now. People can find out the traditional ways. Do we have to go to Prince's website? What how do we get this album?
Oh, well the album's not out yet, but the single is out. North Carolina is out. Shout out to North Carolina. Shout out to Anthony Hamilton. They can get North Carolina on iTunes. They can get it on Amazon.com. They can get it on CD Baby. And to hear a snippet of It's My Time, they can go to my Shelby J Music YouTube channel.
There
And
you
that's
go.
what's up. Yeah.
A YouTube channel. Very nice. You've arrived when
Shelby
you have a
J
YouTube
Music.
channel.
Bam.
Very
There
nice.
it is.
So let's hear from some more fans that have been waiting patiently, and we appreciate. By the way, if anybody's new, if you're just joining the show, we have a lot of people here on the show. Hit the camera button right, basically under Doc Funkenberry right there, and you can hit your camera, and we'll chit chat and make sure you're all good to go, and we'll pop you on the show, and you'll get to say hi to Shelby and Doc and myself. Let's go to Danny. Danny is next, and Danny, say hi to the group, and you're on Spreecast, buddy.
Hey, Danny.
Oh, Danny, you got to get your microphone on. Your microphone's not on, buddy. We'll let him try to figure this out for 1 second, or we'll pop him off and get him back on. Yeah, Danny has no voice. You want to try one more time? No, it's not working. All right, we'll try to get it fixed. Hit the settings button underneath, and we'll get you on, and
Uh-oh,
we'll get you
bye,
going in just a
Danny.
second. There you go. Let's try Casper. Casper
This is
seems
live,
ready.
everybody. This is live.
It's live right there. Yeah, well, that's that guy's
Oh, y'all
situation.
are so
No
crazy.
offense, Danny. No, we tried you, Danny. Let's go to Casper. Casper, you're next on Spreecast, and let's try to hit that button here, and let's see if we can get Casper on the show. What's up, buddy? Oh, he doesn't have his microphone going
I
either.
can't I can't hear him either. y'all need me to y'all need me to sing a song?
He's not muted. He's not
Need me
muted.
to fill in with a musical interlude or something?
Now that's funny. This is what happens when you go to new people.
This is not Memorex. This is not Beyonce singing at the inauguration. Our microphones are on. No lip syncing. Come on now. I said it, Shelby. You didn't say it. I said it. I said it. I called her out. All right.
And I'm back.
Now that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, one of
Our
the things.
microphones are on.
Yeah, there's a settings button basically right next to Shelby's tree. You can see the settings button, and you can test your own microphone. I can't test your microphone for you, but if you can test your own microphone, if you're getting a level, then you can come on the show because we can control your volume, but we can't make your microphones work. I always say when people want to come on Spreecast, you need a working webcam because if it's not working, you're not going to be on Spreecast very long. We can't do anything broken, so
Well,
that's just the way it is. But yeah, that's hit or miss when you're doing a live
let
show.
me ask a question.
Sure.
Since
Okay.
since people can't get their microphones right like Beyonce, let me ask Shelby a question. We have a very
Lord.
great friend of ours that recorded a good album called Superconductor. You're on
Andy
the title track
Allo.
of that song.
Yep.
Andy Allo. You're
Yes.
on that album. How was recording that song and others with Andy and the MPG?
Oh, that was great. I love Andy. That's my little sis. And it's always great when when a fresh talent comes along and they've got, it's just an energy and something to say. And it was great. And I was honored that she asked me to be on it, and Liv and Elisa, all three of us are, singing our hearts out on a few of those songs on the album. And it was just great. And when I listen to it, I just think back of us being in the studio, being at Paisley, coming in, doing those little, parts on it, just it's just great. Superconductor is a great album. My favorite song is When Stars Collide. I don't even sing on that song, but that's my jam. And she knows it because I told her. That's my jam. But yeah, Andy's great to work with, and I look forward to us hanging again, chilling again, touring again, like all of that. I'm trying to get her down south to do some shows all over North Carolina so they can, get a little taste,
Yes, definitely. Great album. I cannot say enough about Superconductor and how
Yeah,
well
you
it
can listen
is,
to it
and
from
that you're on
beginning
the
to end,
album.
you know.
Absolutely, you can't say that about a lot of things anymore.
You
You
can't. You
know,
really, really
uh,
can't.
when you're getting ready for the night, when your girl's getting ready for the night, she can be putting on that album, getting her hair ready, or like Shelby, making sure that it's looking
making
quite
make, making
shinable.
sure I got my head blade right next to me with all my products, getting it
Exactly,
right, putting on my slick.
exactly.
Shout out to head blade, baby. That's the only thing I use. They know that's
You know,
it. You want to be smooth and sexy
absolutely.
with your chocolate dome looking like a sexy milk dud. That's right. Head blade. Bam.
Well,
Shelby,
There
Shelby,
it
Shelby.
and Shelby, you've embraced social media. You are active on that stuff. You do the Facebook, you do the Twitter, you do a lot of stuff to promote your brand. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and it's not only about promotion, it's about connection,
Hmm.
because I write songs for people to listen to. I don't just write songs for myself to just, sit up in my house and listen to my music and listen. So it's not even about the publicity, it's about connecting with the people. So I feel that, and I'm pretty transparent. So I want to connect with the people that listen to my music. I want them to know when they get my music, whose music are they buying? Are they buying music of somebody who cares about the environment, somebody that cares about teachers in school, somebody that cares about kids, somebody that cares about social issues, or somebody that just cares about themselves, and what kind of rims they're gonna get with this money that they're making. So it's very important to me for people to know who I am,
Hmm.
so they can understand when they listen to my music, it will make sense to them when they know who I am and they know my where I come from. They see my connection with my mother, my sisters, my husband, my cat, my bees, my family, my friends. It's all connected. There's no this and that. It's like all connected to me. Um, so yeah, so I like to let people know what's going on, and I like to use my social media to also promote a lot of my friends who can, for lack of a better word, piggyback off of people that come to my page looking for news about me. They can find out about a play that my homeboy Jojo Gardner's doing, or they can find out about so and so that and stuff they wouldn't know about. And so I love to do that. I love to share good stuff with people, good happenings, whether it's plays, good music, a new show I love, or just whatever. So it's about being connected to the people. It's all about that connectivity.
It's amazing. It's amazing to see how you've embraced that because it's wild to see how this community, before we came on camera, there were people who knew each other, and I guarantee you, some of these people only know each other through social media. It's amazing to see how this community has grown. And one thing that I've talked about in the past that I've always been impressed with for 30 years of following Prince is that you don't get one type of person. You get white people, you get black people, you get old people, you get young people, you get foreign people, you get American people. You have all these different types of people. When you go to the shows and you mingle with people at the shows, that's always the thing that I'm blown away by. That there is not a stereotypical Prince fan, and that's what is amazing about the community that we have here.
Yeah, because at the bottom, at the end of the day, music has no color. So that is when you know that it's real. Music doesn't have a color. So when you try to, put things into categories, and I say, well, if you look like this, you're only supposed to listen to this, or if you live over here in this area code, then you're only supposed to listen to that. It's like, man, that's whack. Don't be brainwashed by that. Whatever speaks to your heart, listen to that. And Prince's music speaks to the hearts
Hmm.
of black, white, yellow, red, green, polka dot, stripe, zigzag. It speaks to everyone, and everyone's music doesn't do that. So there's something very special about music that speaks to so many different demographics where you can have a 7-year-old. My nephew came to the show, he was still 6 in Greensboro. You have a
Mm.
6-year-old standing next to a 66-year-old, and they are both into the music. Like, who can do that? Like, I don't know anybody else that can do that from 6 to 66. Come on. So it's something really special about what his music does and how it brings people from all different colors and all different ages, races, nations, countries, continents, together. And that's why I'm happy to be a part of something that is so dope like that. I believe in this music. I believe in what we're doing. I'm here by choice, you know? So
Yeah.
it's just all good.
It's great. We may or may not. I either have a liar or I have one of your old running buddies here on the show. So I want to welcome Keith to Spreecast. I want to say hello to Keith and see if Keith does indeed. He swears he knows Shelby.
Oh, Chicago in the building. What up,
It's
Keith?
Keithum.
It's Keith. What up,
Baby!
Chi-town?
See, it's
I
Keithum. Not Keith.
Yes,
Tell him it's
Seth, his
Keithum.
name is Keithum. With an M on the end.
Okay, so I
Keithum.
thought it was a typo. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Chi-town.
No, that's my name.
What
That's
up?
my name. Can you hear
I can
me?
hear you.
I love you, man. I love you. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you, Keith.
Can you hear
I
me?
can
Yeah,
hear
we
you,
hear you.
baby.
Okay, good. You're like a little. I'm so proud of her, y'all. Let me tell you, I've been knowing this girl for 17 years. And just to see how far she's come, from where we were, you know? And you know how I feel about you. You know how I feel about you. So words can't explain.
Thank you, Keith.
Words cannot express and how proud I am of this young lady. And I want some bees stuff, man. Send me my bees stuff.
You got it. You got it. Come the summer, we got you. Thank you
And
so much.
are you coming this way anytime
I'm not
soon?
sure. I got to see you in Chicago when we were there, and that was cool. And it was
Yeah.
was it your birthday? I think.
It was just a day. You know how we do. We just hang out.
Yeah,
So.
but hopefully we'll be coming back to Chicago because it was awesome with the shows there and the shows at the House of Blues. I mean, we shut Chicago down. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we did. We shut it
Shut
down.
it down.
Shut it
3 hours.
3 hours. That's how.
You know they did 2 shows. They did did, oh my God, everybody! This was the best show of my life, and I had the best seats in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because of her. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Shelby. I love you
I
so much.
love you too, Keith. That's what's up.
Ah, oh, she loved me, Seth and Dr. Funkenberry. All
How's it going,
right,
Keith?
I'm not gonna stay on long. I just wanted to
All
represent.
right,
All right.
Keith.
Thank you for
Very
stopping
nice,
by. I love
Keith.
you.
All right,
Mwah.
all right, love
Mwah.
you.
I love you too.
That, that had to have been an honest mistake.
Oh, he's the best. You know what? I know Keith, I'm going way back to our New York City days when I played every club that would have me and every restaurant that, I could basically get into. I would not take no for an answer. I wanted to sing and I was going to make you book me to come and sing even if you couldn't afford it. I was like, you know what? Let me just come and sing for the people. And Keith knows me from those days grinding in New York, and I was so happy, um, from places like the Groove and from Sylvia's and from Melba's and all those spots in New York that I hit to when he hit me up and he lives in Chicago now. I was like, you have to come to the show. You have to see what I'm doing. And he
So,
came, and it was wonderful. You never forget where you come from, and never forget those people that have helped you and encouraged you along the way. Everybody knows Shelby. I ain't getting brand new. That's not in my DNA, baby. Just don't go down like that.
there you go. Here's a text question that we got submitted. This was way before we started the show. Let's ask Dwayne's question. Shelby, do you know who the Third Eye Girl is?
Do I know who the Third Eye Girl is? Wow, that. It's wow. I could answer, but I don't want to. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Can I just say that?
Cryptic as always.
Cryptic as always. I was looking. I don't know. I think
I think
my cat.
I think the third eye girl is in the room watching us right now, so Shelby can't give the real answer because she's in there with us.
Oh,
Is that
look at
what
She's
it
here with
is?
us right now.
I think my cat. You know what? I have the
I think
craziest
so.
cat.
Maybe the cat is the third eye girl.
Dun dun dun.
The cats can sense something. There you go.
Tremendous. Tremendous.
Lord.
There you go. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I don't know. Mystery's fun, and I tell people don't always try to figure stuff out. You remember when things were mysterious and it was yeah, my cat had it. Somebody put the cat swiped your eye. Yeah, the cat swiped the eye. But, enjoy the mystery of it all. Don't try to, figure it out. And I ain't, I say, oh, she's so afraid of, I ain't afraid of nobody. You don't know me. But, embrace the mystery of it and have fun with it.
Oh,
You don't have
it's
to know
been a lot of fun.
everything. Yeah,
It's been
enjoy the ride. It's like riding a wave, You just enjoy being on the wave. Don't worry about where the beach is. Just enjoy the wave.
I got a bunch of tweets asking me about Third Eye Girl, and they said, "Don't you want to know who Third Eye Girl is?" I said, "Seriously, do you see what else is going on in the world? Can't we just? There's so many other things that are going on, even in sports. Like it was the week with Lance Armstrong and Manti Te'o and all these different things. I'm like, can't we just talk about Third Eye Girl? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
We can we
Just
can
embrace it. Like just love the experience of it. Everybody want to figure it out and it's like whatever. Just enjoy the ride, baby. Enjoy the ride.
All right, let's do one more fan before we get on here, and let's say hello to Chris. Chris, I believe, has been on before, but he asked very politely. And Chris, I believe you are on Spreecast. Welcome, Chris.
Hey everybody, hey Seth, hey Doc, hey
What
Shelby.
up?
What it do, everybody?
Chris?
Oh, look at that, going out with a whimper.
Can you hear me?
Chris?
We went to
Yo,
him.
I'm here.
I tried. I tried.
Yes, we can hear you, sweetie. What? No, he was there. What happened?
Oh, he was there? Let's try him again
Yeah.
then. All right,
Please
let's
try
put
him
him back.
again. He's a sweetheart.
Let's put him back. Here we go.
Hey,
There he is.
Chris.
Second time's a charm. Can you hear me, guys?
There
Yes,
you
we can
go.
hear you. Hey, baby.
All right, hey Shelby, how you doing?
I'm great.
I'm great as well. I just wanted to ask a question, and then I kind of wanted to maybe ask about a little request. And I told you about the request before on Facebook a couple months ago, but the request is if you ever get to perform with Prince in Minneapolis in the near future, you guys gotta do Chelsea Rogers.
Oh, wow. You know
What a
what?
great song.
I love, I love that song. And now we got
Oh
all these
man, you kill it
horns.
on that. You kill it
Thank
on that song, Shelby. You just kill it. So I gotta hear you guys do that.
Thank you, Chris. Well, you know what? I'll holler at my brother and see what we can work out because that is a great song.
All
And
right, thank you so much.
you're welcome, baby. We got some
Thank you
great
so much. I
horns and
appreciate it.
stuff, so we can work it out. I think we can work
Yeah,
that out for you.
exactly.
I think we can work that
Yeah.
out for you, Chris.
And my
Well,
question was kind of going back to your comments about how music should be uplifting and spiritual. And I've been a Prince fan because he's been very instrumental. His music has been very instrumental in keeping me connected to my higher self and to a higher power because I live with a disability and day-to-day life is hard, but Prince has been a major presence in my life, keeping me close to God. And I
Yes.
would like to meet him someday to tell him about that and talk about that. But I just wanted to know, have you ever had any conversations with Prince about spirituality and the way the spirit um, really gives itself to music, and the way that music is a perfect way to communicate the spirit of God and the spirit of love to people?
Yeah, when we play, it comes out in the music, and it doesn't matter, you know,
Yeah,
what you call God. If you call him God, if you call him Buddha, if you call him Jehovah, it's when music
exactly.
touches you so deep, that it just
Yeah,
it's it's clear. There's like, there's no color, there's no judgment. It's just medicine. It goes right into you,
exactly.
and you just get that feeling of like,
Exactly.
that's it. It's like the best medicine that you can
Yeah,
take within. And there are no
yeah,
side effects except for you feel real good inside. So I'm happy to be
yeah,
with someone who understands that, because
yeah,
it makes being on stage and sharing that space and making that music that much more enjoyable. And I only roll with things I believe in. If I don't believe in it, if I don't feel it, I
yeah,
ain't rolling.
yeah,
And I feel it and I believe it, and
yeah,
it's real,
yeah,
and it touches me.
yeah. I
So
feel
I
you.
I know how it touches me, so I can only imagine how it touches you too, and touches other people.
Oh yeah.
So
Very
yeah, and
cool.
Oh
he
yeah.
understands that. I don't like speaking for anyone, but I know that he gets that. I know he gets that, and how music is medicine and it's spiritual. And there are people that come to our shows, and it's like a religious experience, because of the way they feel. They
Yeah.
walk in one way and they leave another way.
Very cool.
There's a transformation. There's
Exactly.
something that happens from the time they come, and when they leave, they're not the same. And that's really special.
Very
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Much
Oh, you're
love, and
welcome.
hope to see you in Minneapolis soon.
Okay,
cool.
thank you. God bless you, Chris.
See you, buddy.
God bless you too.
Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Um, Shelby, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Am I allowed one more question? One more question, just for all the fans. And I think some people
No,
tried
let's
to
see it. Come
phrase
on.
it, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they got. Um, you've talked about what you love about playing with Prince, and we've
hmm
talked about that. And I'm not going to ask for the keys to the cupboard here, so you understand. I know where everything's stored. Tell us
hmm
one thing for all these people watching. Tell us one thing about Prince that they don't know.
Wow. That's wow. That's one thing about Prince that they don't know.
Could be
Um,
shoelaces.
oh man. One thing about Prince that you don't know. He likes my cheese eggs. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. It's everybody's laughing over here. Um,
On that note,
on that note, no, but I would say, there you go. But I think that people, um, think that he's serious all the time. And just like with any human being, there are many layers to us, so nobody is the same all the time. Nobody is the same all the time. And when he gets up on stage and he does those funny jokes, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe he's so funny. I thought he was so serious all the time. And there are many layers to a person. I'll say that there are many layers, to anybody. There are many layers to me, to you, Seth, to you, Dr. Funkenberry. So just remember that, when you think of someone, just remember that people, from Monday to Monday, they're just different layers. It's not that they're different people. It's just that there are many different chapters in a book. There you go. Bam.
Well said. Well said. And I hope everybody
Somebody just typed, "Can
watching.
you make me some cheese eggs?" That was a joke. Stop it.
See?
No, these people are so funny.
Very nice. Very nice. Awesome.
As we wrap it up, last question for you I have for you, Shelby, is how are you at ping pong?
Wow. You know what? I'm pretty good. I'm better when I take my heels off because I tried to play a couple of games like right after the show and I still had on my shoes and I had a couple of those oops moments where you forget that you have on like, y'all see me on stage. So, sometimes I'm barefoot because I like to connect with the earth, but a lot of times I'm in 6-inch stiletto knee-high boots. And I decided I was going to try to play in those. So I'm fair. I can't whoop Ida and I can't whoop Prince quite yet. But you know what? I'm thinking about maybe, going off to like one of those special camps so I can train. And because right now I'm the goodest, but I want to be the greatest. So I'm gonna get back to you on that.
I think right now,
Very nice.
yeah, right now I think I'm the poorest. If you're the goodest, I'm the
Yeah,
poorest.
I
Of
mean,
course, I was playing with my church shoes, and he had to be clowning me during that time, but we won't get into
yeah, I mean
that.
I'm
So
fair, but I'm working on my game. I'm working on it. So just,
Very nice.
in about 3 months from now, ask me again. I'll be
Okay.
like,
I get
I
Guess we're
have
having you.
eye of the
I worked
tiger.
on it so hard I gave up.
Eye of the tiger, eye of the tiger.
Very nice. Well,
Well, Shelby, thank you so much for your time, Shelby. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us and share your experiences.
Oh, thank you
You know, I
guys
got
so
much love for
much.
you,
And
girl.
shout out to
Always stay
all of the
positive.
oh,
You
no,
know,
no problem. That's what I'm gonna do. No matter what comes my way, I'm gonna stay in the light. And shout out to all of the people that logged on and all of the people that come to our concerts and buy all of our records. Shout out to every member of the MPG. We love you guys for supporting us. It means the world to us. And get ready because 2013 is gonna be bigger than big.
very nice. Thanks, Shelby. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Great show. Very good. Good job from Shelby J. And great job, Doc, getting her on. I guess we have to top ourselves next week. How are we going to pull that off, huh?
oh, we will. We will. We will.
And if you missed any of the show, by the way, you can hit the same link. We will get the very same link gets you the archive of this Spreecast, and you can do that. It can also be embedded on your social networking sites, and you can watch this at any time at your leisure. So, Doc, have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Peace. Good night, y'all. Keep it funky.